Good evening, Rabbi Isai. Erev Tov. Baruch Hashem, good to be with you. It's been a long day. Baruch Hashem, we're back at it. Perek Chof Aleph. Just gotta say, Baruch Hashem, we're having tremendous, amazing feedback. I'm so happy. Baruch Hashem, Mit Hashem, next Shir, we will, in the future Shirim, we will give you some insight of the positive feedback, and maybe we'll put an email on the bottom of on the description so you can send us feedback. It'll be very nice, very helpful. Perek Chof Aleph, Halacha Aleph. Mitzvah say lishpeit b'tzedek, shene'emar b'tzedek lishpeit amitecha. It's a mitzvah to judge with righteousness. Like it says in the pasuk, b'tzedek lishpeit amitecha. You should judge with righteousness your fellow. Eizu tzedek mishpat. What is a righteous mishpat? This is equalizing the people. I don't know what's the exact word, but equalizing the people that you're judging. In any way, you shouldn't be speaking to one guy. He could speak his heart out and talk and say, "Oh yeah, it happened this day and it went like this and like this and like this," going on and on. And the other guy, he looks at him and says, "Hey, buddy, make it quick." Another guy, you shouldn't say, one guy you should speak to him nicely, say, "Oh, how are you? What's going on? Please tell me, what's going on with you? What brings you here today?" Another guy tells him, "Hey buddy, you got exactly 5 seconds to say what you..." Doesn't work like that, yeah? Beis. Shnei bali dinin, shehoya echad melubash b'godim b'kardim, what happens? Two people show up to court. One guy looks all fancy, comes in with a Lamborghini, walks out with a nice jacket, with a nice Rolex. The judge has to, another guy is like a poor guy. The judge has to tell him, "Listen, buddy, either you get your other guy a Lamborghini, get him a Rolex, or you take those things out of here." Yeah. Till you both look equal, and then you can come to court. Yeah. Let's see what we have over here today. For that, let's see if we have that over here. Yeah. So first image we got is this. Okay, they're both showing up. One is a rich guy, one is a poor guy. Then we're going to see some magic over here. Want to see some magic? From the beginning. Ta-da! He switches his clothing.
He must help the poor person either wear the same clothes as him or give him nice clothes. He must help the poor person either wear the same clothes as him or give him nice clothes.
You see that? So they both have...
You must dress this poor person just like you.
That was that. They need to look the same, so you could judge them equally. You shouldn't have one sitting down, one standing. It should both be the same. And if Beis want to tell both of them to sit down, so both of them have to sit down. And it's up to Beis to tell them if they want to sit down or want to stand. One shouldn't be standing upstairs or like on a higher stage, and one lower down. By the debates, the presidential debates, for the taller guy, they give him a smaller podium. Or a bigger podium, so they should make him look smaller. And for the smaller person, they gave him a smaller podium, so he should look bigger. I don't know, something, maybe the opposite. They do all these type of tricks, so we have to make sure we don't have that. It should be exactly the same. They're both next to each other. This is talking about when they're talking about they're arguing out their cases. But when the case is over, they both have to stand up, like Moshe Rabbeinu, everyone stood up. What is Gemar Din? What is the end of the din? When the judge says one is innocent and one is not innocent, then that is the end of the court, and in that moment, they both have to stand up right before they come to that moment. We're talking about the baladin, the people that are having the case on them. But the witnesses always have to stand. Like it says in the pasuk, two people will stand up. Halacha dalid. Talmid chacham amaret shebal ladin meishivin chacham. If a talmid chacham and amaret and a simple person comes, we let the chacham sit down, and we tell the amaret, you can sit down as well. Sit down, shave. If he does not want to sit down, he doesn't have to sit down. Why do we let talmid chacham sit down? Because cover the Torah. Yeah. And a student, let's say the judge or the dayan was your teacher. You can't just come and say, hey, I want to learn with you today. Now let's talk about our case. Shh, don't tell anyone. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to come learn with him at all. However, if it's a schedule, if it's your schedule every day, then you can come and learn with him, even though you're going to be later on. Even though later on he's going to be your own dayan, he's going to be your judge, still, because you do it every single day, it's a routine, then you can do it. Halacha hey. It's very customary that after the times of the Gemara, that no matter what happens, all the cases, everyone sit down. And it seems like also the witnesses also sit down. Also witnesses sit down to take away the machlekes. We don't have the power to argue, and we don't have the autonomy anymore to argue and say this person should sit down, this person should stand up, listen to me, go here, go there. Just tell them, okay, as long as you're here, we're going to do it, and it's good. And do it the way it's supposed to. We're not going to force you to stand up or sit down. Vav, hoy lifnei dayanim baladin harbe makdim zadin ayaslim ladin almana shem shifti yisayim b'rivu almana ladin almana kreidin ladin tamid chacham. What happens if you have a busy schedule and there's a whole line outside? Everyone wants to go into court, yeah? So what do you do if you have different variety types of people? So this is how it goes. If there's a yasim, if there's an orphan, he comes before the almana. Shneimar shifti yisayim b'rivu almana. First a yasim, then almana. And if there's almana tamid chacham, the almana comes before the tamid chacham. If the Talmid Chacham and Amaretz, Talmid Chacham comes before the Amaretz. And the woman comes before the Ish. Because the embarrassment of a woman to stand in court is more embarrassing. Therefore, we let the woman go first. Also, the judge, the dayan, is not allowed to listen to one of the people, to one of the parties before his friend came, meaning before the, I don't know what's it called, the defendant, before the people that are in the case show up. Or let's say he's there, but he's in the corner of the room. He's not there. Why is he not there? I'll show you this, and you tell me if you can figure out why he's not there. Let's see from the beginning. 1 second. Let's see here. You saw that? He's camera shy. Let's say the whole bunch of photographers are suddenly show up. I don't know how. He's trying to take the pictures, and the defendant doesn't want. One of the people don't like it. One of the parties don't like it, so he goes away. Now the other guy has an opportunity to say, "Hey, let's talk to the dayan over here." So we say, "No, as long as he's not right over here, you cannot say anything." But I feel I didn't want to think. Hear between your friends. You have to hear, and people. You have to hear between them, yeah? Not just one person. You have to hear from both, yeah? I'm hearing something false. Yeah, you're hearing only one side, which is, and it's like false witnessing. You're saying something, and the person can't defend it, you know what I mean? And then you can persuade the judge and who knows what, you know? So it's both ways. The dayan shouldn't be hearing from him when the other person is not there, and the person that are in the case shouldn't say his case when his friend is not there, when the other person is not there to the judge. Yeah. This is also something similar to lying, because he's saying things which you don't know if it's true or not, and there's nobody there to correct you, because obviously they're in court for a reason, right? The dayan should not hear from a translator. Literally means translator. I think it could also mean something similar to a lawyer. The dayan shouldn't hear through some sort of translator or maybe similar to a lawyer. He has to hear directly from the Balidinim. He has to hear directly from them. So if he knows their language, let's say the dayan knows Hebrew, and he hears them what they're saying, then afterwards the person wants to explain, to polish the words a little bit, then he could hear from them. But if to begin with he doesn't understand their language, he didn't hear from them directly, then he can't just hear only from this Meturguman. He has to hear from them as well, and then after he could hear from this Meturguman. And if he understands the language, but he can't talk the language really, really well, he could tell, the dayan could tell the translator to say the verdict, and for whatever reason he said this guy is innocent, this guy's not innocent, and he has to explain, and we're not afraid of him saying anything different or whatever, because this is going to be public news anyway, so might as well say it. Yeah, alachotes. Tzarich hadayan lishmer tainus bal yadim v'lishonis tainisim. Shneim avayemer hamelech zeisiberes ze b'nei achai b'nei chames. Yeah, the dayan has to articulate or repeat what he heard from the people in the court, the people that are having their from both parties. He has to repeat them. Because like Bashlar Melech, the famous case when there were two women came and they said that each one was arguing over the baby, whose baby is it? And Shlomo Melech says that Shlomo Melech was repeating after them what they said. Then he decides what's the case, what's the verdict in his heart, and then he goes out and tells it and says it. Halacha Yud. You know that the dayan shouldn't become a melit. Shouldn't say, hey, tell one party, you could say this and this and this, and that will help you. You know that? He's not allowed to do that. Go away from lying, because in such a case, if you're defending him, then it becomes what's it called? It comes to the kangaroo case. You're defending the people that you're judging. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, while you're judging them, you're helping them make their own defense. Let him say whatever he wants, and the judge should be quiet. And don't say anything. Even if you brought only one witness. So if you want to have witnesses, you have two witnesses. And he brought, let's say, only one. In such a case, the dayan doesn't say anything. He brought one, let him bring one. You made a mistake, let him make a mistake, or whatever. Wait, let it play out. Look, this person, he should tell, the dayan should tell this tell the defendant, say, hey, this person has a witness and he witnessed against you. Are you admitting? Maybe admit. And you say, yeah, he witnessed truthfully. Or till he says, and wait to see. Maybe he will say no. There's only one witness. If it's one witness, it's not a proper witness. Okay? He has to wait for the defendant to actually say that, to notice that only one witness is not two, and one witness is not valid. He has to wait till he says that. What happens if the dayan sees that he has a valid point to say in his defense, but he doesn't know how to say the words? He's mumbling something, but he can't really put the words together. He's saying like half sentences. He's not. Or he saw that he has something to say, but he's so mad and so pressured he can't really figure out how to say it exactly. Or he's this silly guy, and he knows, you can see that he has something truthful to say in his defense, and it's really going to help him, but he just doesn't really know how to say it exactly. And in such a case, you're allowed to help him. The dayan is allowed to help him and help him out in his words a little bit. Say, did you mean to say this and this? Say, yeah, I meant that, Help him out a little bit. And try to understand him. Try to understand you. What are you saying? Is it this? Is it this? Because you see that it's hard for him, and he has something real to say, yeah? And his motor is like the pasuk says in the Mishlei, you should open your mouth to Elim. Someone who cannot talk, you should open up his mouth and help him out. This has to be settled, and so you shouldn't be like other chadayanim who are not making proper judgments, who are flipping over cases for wrong or not good. So you have to make sure that the cases come out proper. Yeah, similar to Pesach. Yeah, we say that there's 4 children that they can get arba banim dibra Torah, and we say one she'echad she'einu yidei alisha. We say at pesachle. Yeah, we say in the end you should open up to him. He doesn't know how to ask, doesn't know how to speak. You should help him out a little bit, and then get him started. Get him started so he could continue and say what he wants to say. Thank you very much. Have a good Nacht. Tefilach and Simcha. Kol Tov.